Yo, yo, yo. What's everyone up to? Good morning, good morning. Sorry, just moving my mic. Good morning, Garden. Good morning, Sandollar. Good morning, Lag. Oi. Good morning, Dr. J. Good morning, Maddie. Headed to work, but good morning. Appreciate you, dude. Good luck today. And yeah, we have just under 2 minutes before open. Not a crazy amount of movement on SPY itself overnight. We will be looking at Tesla today because that one's going to be fun to look at. If you've already seen, they're going to be opening about right here somewhere. They'll be in the 298s around the open today. Very insane. And then Apple. Despite Tesla's insane weakness, we got a really nice setup here on Apple. They will be opening about right here. They'll be a little bit above the previous day close. So that plan is still in effect. You can look over the previous day high, which let me fix this arrow because we can't even see it. Over the previous day high. A hold the previous day close is good. I just didn't mark it because there's already a lot here. This is a good deciding factor area, and same as well here. Those are the main watches we'll be looking at. SPY, Apple, Tesla. You'll see me spam through other tickers as well. If you guys have any other setups though, on top of that, let me know and we'll go look at them. But good morning, good morning, good morning. Good to see you all. Let me know. Is that good enough for y'all? I also need to add this too, because somebody said this towards the end of chat yesterday. And we saw this in the newsfeed already. It was just kind of a good reminder by whoever that was. I think it was Lag, actually. Somebody, maybe it was Mike. But somebody at the end of the day yesterday was like, yo, there's a shit ton of news at the open tomorrow. Which I think they're meaning the speakers. Then you have the PMI news. Trump is visiting a detention facility. I don't know why that's in the newsfeed, but it is. So maybe there's something there. Guys, pay attention to. We're opening right here on SPY. So, pretty important area. I'm actually going to repost this in chat real quick. Let's check out Apple. And then let's check on Tesla. Yeah, look how far that opened. So actually, we can make this really easy on ourselves. We can delete every single level we just looked at. From previous day close to today's open. Alright, sorry. I was typing for chat. It says the equity futures retreated slightly after the S&P 500 notched its best quarter since 2023 as investors monitor progress on trade talks and wrangling in Washington over President Trump's tax bill. What a crazy use of words there. Wrangling. I don't know what year the creator of that article thinks we're in, but it is 2025. I'm from the South. I don't even hear people use wrangling down here. Wrangling. This is like the most movie Southern term I've ever heard in my life. Lots of news coming in. Yep. Oh, maybe it was you the other day, Lag. What's up, Lag? What's up, Carter? What's up, Alexis? What's up, Gold? Playing as my background musical work. Definitely want to get into the Tesla dip. Oh, I don't blame you. I know all of you Tesla nerds in chat. Just to remind you on the daily what this looks like, because it is so easy to zoom in on that and be like, oh my god, it's dying. But in reality, it's actually... sorry. I don't know why I was looking at that. I was more or less looking at the fact we have this like tiny inside bar, and then you get like this outside bar, but it's still an inside bar. It's like, this is the weirdest looking set of 3 candles ever, but it's kind of cool looking at the same time. But on top of that, it's like the beginning of that barrier here. You can see they're a pretty good distance away from that. It's actually pretty close to where the 50% is right now, so we can actually delete that. It's pretty significant, is what I'm trying to say. What these other levels are down here, if this is going to cascade more to the downside, these are 3 pretty high priority targets, so not really impressed if it gets down to any of these levels, really, because I'm already impressed. It's already down 7, almost 8% at its lower point right here. So does it have to get down to 288 today? Probably not. So this isn't really like a high quality short setup. If anything, this is a dip waiting to be bought, and if you're still shorting it, you might be too late. So that's that chart. But it's good to zoom out. You need to zoom out and remind yourself, what is this even doing? Because if you remember, this is actually holding a higher low trend right now. So even if this falls down to here, it's still technically in effect. But keep that in mind. A little bit of room under there. It can fall a little more. I just want to remind everybody, it is down 7%. So please don't sit there and be like, all right, guys, I'm picking up my Tesla shorts. I'd be a little worried. Apple, I think, is one of my favorite setups. Not just for smaller time frames. I think you should keep this on your watch list for a couple weeks, in my opinion. As we talked yesterday, this thing loves to be the latest of the top weights. So if we do have any kind of short-term recovery in the market like we've been seeing recently, I expect Apple to get a pretty good chunk of the meat. Right now, actually, it's kind of funny, though. If you look, Apple is one of your few weights that are actually up any mentionable, percentage. It's really like, I guess Walmart, 0.6%, but Apple's up 1%. Nothing is up even close to that. Everything is down besides that. And also kind of if you guys take yesterday's context into today, yesterday, if you guys remember from the stream, Tesla and Amazon were actually 2 of our weaker links. And it's funny because Tesla, again, 2nd day in a row now. But Amazon, I mean, it's just a slightly red open. It's not anything crazy. So it is good to at least note, okay, Amazon's not continuing to bleed with it. I mean, maybe it's still waiting to follow. Who knows? This would be the most prone to fall, considering they're in the same sector. Which, it again amazes me how many people don't take advantage of sectors, because that alone is kind of interesting. Also, bull. Where are my bulls at? My bulls. This right here, man, it's finally getting off the ground a little bit. We'll see if it continues. Not a bad start. I don't like to get too hyped too early, but not a bad start. Let's go back to the SPX, in case anybody wants to see the SPX levels. I have a crap ton of levels in this chart. Which is funny, because if there was any kind of like area to like watch for control, yesterday this was what our chart looked like. It's still coming into effect today, so if anybody's looking at SPX, this is a pretty interesting look. For either side too, even if this fails in the next 30 minutes, you have a really good setup to look at. Might have to repost that. Is that music fine? Because I'm genuinely serious when I say how loud it is on my end. I know I keep saying that, but it's just, I gotta ask. Makes sense. We'll keep that in mind. Nice. Bull back at 12. Yeah, dude. We're looking bright. See if it continues. Like I said, it's still very early on to get excited, but just saying 12 is pretty awesome. Too loud in your opinion? Thank God somebody said that. I was really thinking I was tripping on that. And you know what I think it is? I think one of you went into my settings on my computer and changed my mixer settings. Like, how dare one of you? It's insane. You just only think about yourself. You don't think about everyone else. That's crazy. Alright, now that's gonna be too quiet. If you say it isn't, you're lying. Was it me? Please also ignore the red blinking light on your cam. Oh, nice. I genuinely just thought that meant it was on. Imagine though someone has had wireless control of my computer the whole time, and that's why we've always battled my sound settings. It's some invisible troll, and they aren't doing anything malicious. It's genuinely just to mess with me on my sound settings. That would be a next level troll. I don't even know if I'd be mad at the end of that. I think I would genuinely just be like concerned. I'd be concerned for whoever it is. How's the music now, though? It should be fine now. It should be a little too quiet. Which we're okay with that. Alright, good. I was just making sure. I didn't want it to be too loud and be annoying because I heard it coming through the earphones just now, and I was like, there's no way this isn't too loud. I'm still interested in the fact that Apple is the only thing that's like holding up super well percentage-wise so far. It is nice to see Amazon not falling off the cliff with Tesla, though. That's a really big plus. We don't have the semiconductor boost yet, if at all. Meta is down in the dust. They are under previous day low. You need to see a retake of previous day low on Meta if they're going to help anything. If they reject that, I guess that's a pretty good tell sign that the market's eh. Apple's trying its best. I mean, it really is. It tried over previous day high. We'll see if it can do that again. Maybe if Meta gets above previous day low and Microsoft get above whatever that level is. I'm assuming that's that day's halfway. Oh no, it's the open. It's right there. Tesla, I mean, the only hope this can really give anybody would be if it helps other things. So this would really need to get above today's open to give any other kind of promise to the rest of the market. And again, I'm just speaking from a waiting perspective. I don't want anybody in here to get like scared and be like, oh my god, he's bullish Tesla. Also, we had bank strength yesterday. We do not have that right now. That is something else to take away from. And some of our more passive stocks are going green. So, I mean, genuinely, this is like... feels like some of your staples and then some of your heavyweights are going up slash holding. And then you have like another mix that are just doing the exact opposite. But if anything switches, like if Amazon flips green, that'd be cool. If you see that the Meta over previous day low scenario, like there are a couple things that could switch some of these charts back more green, which would definitely help out SPY more and these other weights. But if we don't see any of that, I'm gonna assume we are just gonna fade away, like to whatever the next major level is on whatever individual chart you're looking at. That's probably where we're going. So like here on SPY, if we break this, probably got previous day low slash 614.80 right here. But that's again if all of these different weights fade out. You can see as I'm saying it, Apple dropped 0.3% just now. 0.4%. Almost 0.5%, just that quick little mention of all that. So it does beg the question, are all these weights just waiting to give up at the same time, or are we going to see them recover at the same time? So honestly, this might be one of those days where you are just shifting through all these little individual weights. Apple's previous day highs, the key level. Microsoft's halfway, or no, I'm sorry, two day. I don't know why we were doing the two day ago open, but I guess we're just going to leave that. I think I was just looking at super short. Yeah, Nvidia's already breaking lower. We'll see what Amazon can do here at 219.50. I might need to switch that chart up though. Meta previous day low. Talked about that one already. And then you don't have to switch through the rest of them, but the more you look at, the better. But you've already looked at a pretty good chunk of the weights. Damn, UNH, let's go. Remember, this is one of those stocks we talked about. It's just going to randomly be up just under 500 again. People are going to forget all about the damage UNH has caused. Mentally. I don't know what they'll recover financially. J&J Holding from last week mention might jump here for for light contracts. I don't know why I thought they said for a fight contract. I was like, huh? You're gonna what with the what? J&J. Let's look at that real quick. Oh, okay. That's right. You had brought this up before. I just had to refresh my memory. Yeah, we like this. It has some pretty good trend actually. And I also like the retake of this higher low right here. Over here on the right. But I like this basing that it retook. Honestly, the way today's holding, that's a pretty good start for you before earnings. Not a bad look, I won't lie. See if it gets followed through. Still seeing the same behavior from the stock market, honestly, individual weights wise. Alright, I'm going to leave this on SPY for a second because I have been moving around a lot, but I was just trying to make sure we're informed because there's a lot of mixing of weights right now. And everything got really close to being like opposites, and then bam, they start going away again. But here we are. Apple back up. Meta's back in its place. Amazon's pretty much flat. Tesla's doing its best to get over that today's open. You're targeting 154. Not bad looking candlesticks on SPY above that area. It's just, it really feels like yesterday where I'm repeating myself saying, will it get follow through? Will it get follow through? Will it get follow through? Like, yeah, it looks good, but will it get follow through? Like, it feels like I'm already repeating myself. And it's funny because we're like basically complaining about the same area. Well, not really complaining, but it's literally the same area though. This area make or breaks. It's funny because all I really did was just shift. All I had to do was shift the arrows over, and then I think I added one more fib level that didn't exist. I can't remember. It might be this one or it's this one. I can't remember. But yeah, I had to add levels because like right now a lot of people don't have levels above like 616. Not a lot of people have good just set levels. You know what I mean? Like one that you either fibbed out or one that you have from a far left candle or something. But either way, It's just nice having stable info up here where it's basically just the sky. Also, I feel like it's pretty common that we got up here after that honestly impressive return back to the highs. If you look at those daily time frames, that's why I say impressive, but it's pretty interesting that we're already fighting the 620s again. Or getting up to the 620s, and here we are just still stuck in under them now. We'll see though. Can we hold on to 616? Will we fade back down to the 613s? Do we hold here and give a good chance of testing those recent highs of 619.20/620 area? Do we push beyond that? Who knows? I almost caught on fire. Oh, you're saying it hit? I was like, dude, what stock is Lag talking about? Because he didn't mention a ticker at first, and I was looking up. I was like, maybe I missed it. That's on me, you know? But then now I understand what you meant by that. You're genuinely saying yesterday where you live, it hit 112 degrees. And that's not Celsius. We're talking Fahrenheit. That's why you said I almost caught on fire just leaving. That is insane. Guys, make sure to drop a like on the stream if you're in here. Sorry, this is I think my first time even mentioning it. I've been kind of locked in on the updates just because this is kind of it's an eventful open, I'll say that much. But yeah, drop a like on the stream. Let me know what you guys think so far. If you guys have any updates yourself, please drop them. What would you have done if you did randomly just set on fire? The average weather here will instantly disintegrate anyone from the EU. I'll tell you what, man. I've had my fair share of friends in the British community, and dude, I mean, most of them don't have ACs, if any of them. I mean, it's like pretty rare that you see one over there that has AC. But, dude, it could be like just normal summer day over there, and let's say you turn on your computer in your room, it'll literally burn your room alive if you're in one of those kind of rooms. You'll say, ow, that's it. Just give a cartoon yell. That's actually a good question. If you could have any yell, any cartoon yell, which cartoon yell would you have? Whose yell would you take? And if it isn't Tom or Jerry, you're wrong. Alright, let's check on a couple charts real quick, just because, you know, it's boring staring at just SPY. Apple kicking ass, honestly. 2 candles above. Hammer holding. Another 2 candles above. Talking about previous day high, by the way. Weird typing 207 again already. Sorry guys, I'm doing my best to post charts at the same time today. But yeah, welcome. Drop a like on the stream. If you guys have updates, please share them. Ooh, UNH kicking ass. Okay, so UNH is doing great. JPM did flip green. They didn't keep going red because that was one that could have gotten worse. Apple did their thing. We'll see if they continue. Microsoft's trying. See if they continue off that. Nvidia is trying. So we did see a little bit of recovery / resurgence in price action to the upside. but nothing super crazy yet. But some good team effort so far. That's what we wanted to see. And you can see now the impact that has on SPY. They've almost made it up to that next level. And there's been nothing to really be scared of yet, price action wise. I would say for a moment there, the mixing of weights was definitely a cause for concern. Not as much right now. It definitely freed up a little bit, but we're not writing home about anything. This hasn't really, we haven't hit a home run or anything. Still just all right open, but nice to see a little bit of movement at the open considering what we had yesterday. UNH, yeah, UNH is great, dude. That's why I didn't deter anybody away that was like in chat talking about it recently, because I know there's been a few people being like, I'm gonna get leaps or buying shares or just talking about it. You know, don't be scared. The only reason you feel fear is because of public opinion. If you're scared of public opinion, it's because you're reading way too many comments on whatever stock you're looking at. In this instance, UNH, you're only fearing it because it's down and people are hating on it. Do you even know why it's down? It gets me when people will argue against it but won't even tell you why they're with it. Or vice versa, which is even crazier. Just have conviction. If you like it, be in it. If you don't, stay away from it. Are there any other top weights doing anything I haven't mentioned? Meta was the other one that was on my mind. What we all got though? Just to change the pace real quick. What's Coinbase doing today? Ooh. I thought I saw that down a lot more, but I thought I was tripping. Oh, that might actually be a bad thing. Damn, dude, that is a crazy open. Am I tripping? I mean, look at that. They've already moved a lot this morning. They opened at 340 basically, and they're at basically 349. What happened? Or they went over. They actually have already moved $20 on the day. It has been 25 minutes. That is insane. Alright. This is kind of where SPY struggled yesterday. If you guys see here, man, we're not marking it or leaving it there, but you can see here, this is actually where, this was really the last time it felt great. Then we just came down here and held base pretty much the entire day, and I'm not really counting the end of day move as that, because you can see a lot of the yesterday's price action was literally right here. So it still stands to tell that if this holds, should continue up. If this breaks, probably gonna see a little bit of a pullback. Now, will we get follow through outside of that? You can see we have a level right here in this direction. There's a level right here in this direction. So it'd also be nice to see some followed up price action outside of just this first highlighted area. Does that make sense to everybody? So we'll see if we can get some extra follow through outside of that. Let's move this up a little bit. Fed Pal said growth has been solid and the labor market is solid. Awesome. We see gradual cooling in the labor market. U.S. short-term interest rate futures rise after Fed Chair Powell said he can't say if July is too soon for a rate cut. Oh God, Trump's not going to want to hear that. If Powell doesn't cut at this next meeting, I mean, if they don't cut at all at this next meeting, we're going to get some pretty crazy presidential tweet slash whatever the hell his app's called. Current rate is below neutral. Renewed discuss. Oh, that's the BOJ. BOE said renewed discussion restriction at every meeting. Renew discussion of restriction at every meeting. He's fun at parties. Policy restrictiveness will go more neutral. It's also the BOE. Fed pal, solid majority at the Fed expect rate cuts later this year. If there's ever been a script, that was script. Dude, the vocabulary on some of these Fed presidents, both European and American, are crazy. So the Fed in Europe is called the ECB. This guy just said, the ECB will more systematically work with scenarios. Nice. He really worded those words. We have job openings and manufacturing PMI coming out in about a minute 20. So guys, be ready for that. Probably going to see some volatility in the market here for a second. I'm just going to leave it on SPY here for a little bit. Welcome if you're in the stream. Good morning. We're kind of watching a slew of things, a handful of things. And just so everybody remembers, you do have a market tomorrow. Thursday is your half day. And to remember, Wednesday will be your last full day you can actually spend your money and your cash is back in your account the next day for most brokerages. So if you spend all your money on Thursday, you won't have it on Monday of the next week if you're in most of these brokerages. So just reminding everybody not to blow everything you have on, well, really Thursday, I guess is what I'm saying. But Wednesday, I guess be cautious. 10 seconds for that news coming out. Dollar Tree, we'll check it out here in a second. There's news coming out. Coin, gap filled, buyers moved. Yeah, no, that chart is insane. I was just discussing Coin. That one is nuts so far today. Then again, when has Coinbase never been entertaining? Oh, I'm trying to get a picture of this. Holy shit. Good job, Spicy Pepper, Mike, and Dondu. Glad to see some people on top of the news. Yes, Tesla is still above the current day open. They're still, well, I'll say going up, but it's not really at any kind of amazing pace. Apple is the only thing, honestly, that I could take away and be like, yeah, this has been kicking ass this morning. That we actually had planned, set, ready to go. Definitely not complaining about Coin going up. Definitely not complaining about UNH getting a green day. So far. I would be surprised if Netflix had a green day today. I mean, this chart here is just massive. And then another one that was brought to my attention was Roblox by DTouch. Insane highs right now. So, just kind of fun to watch those. Apple's going for 2% right now, guys. She might have already hit it. I didn't notice she did. Let's go. I'm glad to see Apple going up. Sorry guys, I was updating Discord real quick. Is anything different happening on y'all's end? Anything y'all are looking at? Y'all trading anything? Y'all just chilling, looking at stuff? What is everyone looking at? Oh, I love when it does this. I love when I have to reset it every time. Kind of fucks up all the arrows I had everywhere, but we'll just leave it. I think that's one issue with all of that. And yeah, good job on the news and stuff and chat. I'll link the I'll link one of the news release things if people even care. I personally never read these. I just go to the sites and read them, but that's the PDF for anybody who actually cares about any of that. They send it out every time. I just never share it because I didn't think anybody cared, to be honest. EU toughens stance on Trump's tariff as deadline looms. That is the next big thing on everyone's plate, the tariff dates. We went from trying to end wars to now we're all worried about tariffs again. So that is now what's hot on the plate. Like it or not. I want to know about this Trump visiting detention facility. What detention facility could he be attending and visiting? Is it for ICE or is it like a detention facility for like our prisoners? what is that all about? Everybody's like freaking out about tariffs and he's going on like a side quest. That's funny. And then he has a roundtable discussion at 10:05 my time. So in exactly an hour there's another Trump discussion, but I don't know if that actually touches anything on the market. That was all the big news for the day though. Apparently Powell had spoke earlier. Which I read some of his comments, some of his more important ones, but there was nothing else to take away from. He's just kind of sticking to that old script. That old script of his. Kind of just sticking to his safe guns, which, again, I've already stated that's kind of been his stance from the beginning. And I think that's what's pissing off a lot of people now, is he's taking too long. But it's kind of like hindsight. It's like, come on. Either he's really evil or he's just really passive, and I'm really taking that second road. I just don't think Jerome Powell's that deep. I don't think the lore is that deep. I don't see anything else on there. It looks like I got most of the news covered. I don't think anything new is coming up besides that. Sorry for that screenshot. I'm trying to... Trying to send it a picture of the briefing thing. There we go. I was wondering why Discord would let me send it. Screenshot. If you guys check the daily updates channel in Discord, there is a pretty cool screenshot in there waiting for you. Real quick, we could check out Dollar Tree on this left side chart for you, Sand Dollar. That was almost mixed that up. Felt weird to say. Let me check out the monthly. Yeah, because I remember this all too well. This is on both of these two charts, which I believe Dollar General is my more favorite of the two. I could not remember why, so don't ask. I'd have to go research again. But I think I remember Dollar General being my favorite of the two, but that they are pretty much the same exact company. But I think one of them has more or less money or stores. I can't remember. But here's my levels actually for Dollar General. I really, really love this area actually. And they seem to be holding it for a potential higher low. And even if they fail here, it's a good liquidity grab for future plays. But it goes alongside your Dollar Tree chart really well. Damn, that weekly is kind of clean. Very strong grind up for that chart. But good looks. Those are really strong trending charts right now. And remember, dude, I try to tell everybody too, like, even myself, even I forgot, you know, like, you're going to forget about these plays because they're boring. Like Dollar Tree, Dollar General, like, these are boring ass names. But look at that very powerful recovery. No one's going to be talking shit on that chart right now. And then I think I'll leave this other one on Apple because I'm just really impressed with that move so far. Where are my other arrows? There we go. Alright, I'm going to leave it like that for a second. Be sure to drop a like on today's stream if you guys are tuning in. Highly appreciated. This is a public stream today. Ow! Keep kicking the wall. I moved my setup, so I'm not used to sitting here. Welcome, though. We got about 30 people in here right now. Good to see you all. Is anybody looking at any other individual tickers? We've been massively updating a good amount of the weights. Tesla, Apple, SPY. Any of the other top weights you can see on that left side there. I'm doing my best to spam through them and just kind of keep a good eye on what's what. There was a mix, and then the mix kind of separated. Apple doing a great job. Amazon literally is just holding flat while everything is moving. Tesla trying its best to remain above today's open. UNH is doing good, is still doing good. And Walmart was the other notable green move today, but now they're just kind of chilling. I guess it's kind of what the SPY is giving off, though. Like, it did give that initial move. Now it's like, all right, I'm chilling. But we are still holding above good bullish areas right now. And 1 second, I'll be right back. I was checking on the old pupper. The puppy's already like getting bigger. It's crazy. What's up, Ace? Good to see you, man. Good morning to you. DG pays a dividend, Dollar Tree, no dividend. Oh, okay. There we go. Maybe that was why I liked it more for long term. I knew there was only like a couple reasons because they're so alike in a lot of ways. Like how their stores work and stuff. But there's also one of them has like, I swear one of them has way more money than the other two, but maybe I'm wrong about that. New Hive Day on Apple. Potentially New Hive Day following this higher low holding a bullish area on SPY. Maybe new highs after that. Maybe. Maybe. Microsoft holding green. Can that continue? Tesla down a little under 4.5% now. Relatively, that's not bad compared to what they were doing. UNH holding up pretty well. I really don't see any other weights, though, sticking out to me that are just killing it. Meta was one of the few that I was looking at to either break or hold previous day low. They broke it, retook it, now they're trying to hold it again. So that could be interesting, I guess. Apple's really the limelight here, though. I don't want to take away, because this was one of the few setups I had on watch yesterday and today. I'll probably have it on watch for another couple weeks, because if you've seen that bigger time frame, it's just insane that Apple's down here while the market's doing what it's doing. If Apple isn't a laggard, I don't know what the hell charting is. I don't know what the color of the sky is. Glad to see you're alive. We were live last week, bud. You gotta check Discord more. I had a few of you asking me where I've been, and it's like, dude, I literally streamed last week. It's not my fault y'all don't check Discord. If y'all don't get the buzz on your phone, you don't know I'm here. It's like, come on. I had plenty of people find me. And again, I know this comes to a surprise to some of you, but I really only post in one channel. I know. It's crazy that I even do that. It's crazy I try to keep an organized spot in the entirety of the chat. But guys, guess what? The Levels channel, that's where I post literally anything and everything. So if you ever have any wonders of where I am or what's going on in the chat, you just 90% of the time you can just check that channel. But it's insane to me how many of you are still oblivious to it. Good updates by Kevo in the chat. Good updates by Letterbuck in the chat. What is HSY, Betty? I feel like I've heard of that. That's not Hershey, is it? That didn't sound right, so it didn't feel right saying Hershey. And good job, guys. We hit 618. That is Hershey? Oh, okay, I'm not tripping. It just felt weird when I read it at first. It's like HSY. And honestly, I would love to see Apple. Oh wait, I already updated it. Never mind. I was about to double update Apple. I don't want to do that. And good job to anybody just paying attention to the levels in the stream. I mean, it's pretty obvious we're holding a bullish area. It's just, could we get that follow through? That didn't take any rocket scientist. We've hit previous day close. We've hit the 617.97 from the fib extensions, which are two good notable areas. So you've already hit one good area. Now it's, can we get more beyond that? That's kind of the question now. And you can see even Apple has stopped just under their first area as well. But the two main watches on today, and they've both moved up a little bit. So we'll see if we get more or not. Amazon getting some more life. Meta as well. Sorry guys, I'm typing a lot. I'm not trying to do that. I hate typing while I stream. Tesla, dude. I talked about it and she's actually moving. I'm trying to post these in the right channel as well. I guess I'll let y'all vote. Do y'all want Apple or Tesla on this left side chart? Because we can't. I'm not taking SPY off the right. You'd have to give me $1 million to take this right side chart off. And even then, I think I'd still find it hard. SPX and SPY. Apple? Okay. Garden said so. You lose, Ace. No, I'm kidding. SPX and SPY would actually be kind of fun, though. Just because there will be some, like, very, like, what would you say, small indiscrepancies? Like, there'll be, like, small lag or movement or small differencing and positioning between the two. Very, very small amounts of times, but it's just volatility related. But it isn't actually a dumb idea to watch both of those. I don't know if I've done it at the same time, though. That would be interesting. I've definitely flipped through them, though, so I wonder if that would be kind of fun. I'll tell you what, you'd be very informed on S&P, volatility, volume, everything. You'd be very aware. You need 15 charts open? Honestly, I was testing 4, and I was like, nah, this is crazy. Like, on the same screen, I was like, this is just too much. I could see doing, you know, multiple across 2 monitors. But all on one screen 4? I've seen people stream it, too, and I'm like, man, this looks alright, I guess, on theirs, but it's not, like, it's not the cleanest. I think if the UI, or the HUD, or whatever you call this, of Thinkorswim was a little bit more customizable than it is now, I think I could do that. I could do three even on the same screen without it looking too ugly or too claustrophobic, I guess. But it isn't. Each with different indicators, yeah. I don't know. I think the only indicator I would throw on nowadays is probably the 9 EMA, just because it is like something that's just so smooth and it's lazy. I don't have to even think about it, kind of thing. It doesn't really affect anything I'm already doing. I think that would be one of the few I'd throw on just as a lazy watch, but the strat indicator is kind of cool too, but mainly just to spot inside and outside bars. Just a little easier. Again, it's not really anything that is impossible. It's just it's a good lazy watch. It's nothing impossible for you. You just kind of casually check it out. And then there's a ton that Ace has been posting that you guys should check out if you have Ace on Twitter. Speaking of people that don't pay attention. But yeah, I also check out his Twitter if you want to check out some other cool indicators, especially if you're on TradingView, just because he is all over that. It's got a cool higher time frame indicator. TV split screen makes me have primal rage. What is split screen? What the hell is that? I'm just gonna look it up and look at an image. I gotta know what you're meaning by this. I'm assuming it's just multiple charts, but is it that bad? It can't be that bad. Oh, be safe, Ace. Be safe, man. He's gonna go hiking in Utah. Have fun, though. He'll enjoy himself. He'll be fine. He just needs to watch out for the ninjas and the assassins that are after him. Ace is a pretty important man to the Federal Reserve. TradingView split layout because for some reason it doesn't use the one you already have saved. It resets it. Oh, that would hurt my feelings. Okay, I can see your concern now. That would annoy me. Though there are so many other things that annoy me on Thinkorswim, so I can't really talk. There is one thing that Thinkorswim does not do as well as TradingView, though, at all. And you could even argue, oh well, they have it, but they do, but it's not even close to the same. Like, we're talking about knives versus swords here. Like, it's like not even close to the same thing. The open sourceness of it, like the fact that any average Joe can have an account, go create an indicator, post it. That is why TradingView is going to be up there for a while. It's the amount of, like, custom control everyone has and how much they can share it, and it's like a community thing. It's like, yo, check this indicator out, or check this out, or check that out. It's all out there. It's all open. And Thinkorswim does have something similar, like a database, but it's not, like I said, it's not even near the same level. What's up, Maddie Clams? How you doing? It's always good to see a Maddie in here. All the Maddies are pretty much safe in here. Maddie Ice, Maddie Clams. I think there's a third Maddie that I don't ever remember their last name, but yeah, those are safe. What's up to Maddie Clams? How are you, dude? How's everyone in stream? Definitely be sure to drop a like. You guys have already done a great job. We've already had over 70 people in here. Over 20 likes on the stream, so we're chilling. Hanging out, brother. Miss you, goons. Member for 25 months. What a fucking flex. I gotta screenshot that. That is insane. By the way, thank you, Letter Buck. He's always liking my tweets, and like, even though you guys know I don't give a shit about that because it's Twitter, like, that's so kind of him. But he's always supporting. Dude, my foot keeps falling asleep. Holy. Oh, I was like, can you not post pictures anymore? There we go. I just saw a picture, by the way, of the split screen thing, but I guess what you said is what was the annoying part of it. 25 months, that is nuts. I do not take that for granted. If you know where that's from, you're the GOAT. Quick day trade with the gang on stream. Oh my god, guys. Alexis got... Oh wait, I forgot I can just pull this open on the browser. Alexis got 38% on his own watch on J&J. And he's been talking about this for a little bit too. So he kind of warmed up to it, took his play, got his result. So it's kind of cool seeing the before, the during, the after. And I can't wait to read his review on this and any other future updates he has on it, because he's going to be on top of this. Good shit, Alexis. Round of applause for you, dude. We also have... I don't like to share Kevo's gains on stream because that'll bring in some idiots in here. But Kevo's killing it. He trimmed before the stock market utterly stopped. Yeah, we're looking good so far. And he trimmed at previous day close, which is why we're proud, because he could have just been greedy and held all of them. I know so many people that do that these days. Most people who trade SPX don't know how to stop being greedy, but Kevo is doing a really good job of just like trimming them as soon as he sees really any key target hit. Because what the hell would be the point in holding past it? At least trim some, and he sees that. That is smart. That is using your head. Good, man. Been super busy. Hey, man, being busy is good, though. Unless it's the bad kind of busy. Good looks, my G. No, you're good looks, dude. Killing it. And on J&J. One of these days, we're all going to wake up, though, and Rob's going to be up like $1 million because UNH kept gapping up. Just remember that. Rob Taylor going to randomly be like up $500,000. We're just going to randomly check in chat, and that's just going to be the first thing we all see. I'll be hyped, but I won't be shocked. And yeah, we'll see if Apple gets some continuation here. I'm going to check on the other tickers real quick. We'll come back to Apple. Tesla finally slowed down. I'm not gonna lie, it's a pretty insane day by two charts in specific. I really believe like Tesla is one of them, and then Coin. And it's not because of like just their overnight movement, it's what they've done after that overnight movement. They've both moved a lot already this morning. Oh my god, Nvidia. Who did you piss off today? We also see a little bit of weakness in Amazon, but they haven't lost that level yet. Meta continuing down as well. Meta and Nvidia continuing the weakness. Meta and Nvidia continuing the weakness. Outside bar on the 15-minute SPY. Great call out by Garden Trader. Yep, and again, I think this is just connecting to the mixing of weights that we talked about earlier, guys. I brought this up. I've been honestly nonstop bringing it up today because it just feels like it's just so important. The mixing of weights is definitely a little bit of a concern. You know, it's so easy to go and look here at Apple and be like, oh, it's just green. But then you go to this other weight, and it's like, wait a minute, what's going on? Or are we not experiencing the same thing? So, this is actually the most Apple thing we've seen. From yesterday to today, that is the most Apple thing I've ever seen. Stock market's going up. I'm not. Stock market's chilling. I'm going up. Oh, all the other weights are not doing what I'm doing? Tough luck for them. It's the most Apple thing ever. Especially in transition, like as the weights are slowing down or as they're picking back up again. That is the most Apple characteristic ever. UNH, don't stop for anything. Don't stop for the red light. Don't stop for the stop sign. Don't stop if a cop siren goes off. Just keep doing what you're doing. You're making the people proud. Ooh, Netflix. I thought that was you. They're at previous day low, just about. Very big fall off. I know that's only down 1%, but we're talking about a $1,300 stock here. PG and Walmart. Resurgence off those higher low. The recent higher low. Alright, back to Apple. I just wanted to put some light on some of those other weights. It's really important to at least go through those. I swear, if you'll get really good at SPY and SPX if you could just go through these and then in your head draw a picture of where SPY probably is. Now, I'm not saying you should do that every day, every time you're trading, but I really think it's a good like muscle memory tool, like a brain tool, or I don't really know what kind of tool, but it's nice. You can like visualize things. It's kind of cool. And it's not like you're making anything up because you're genuinely taking away from the source. This is where the Ozarka comes from. The sacred Ozarka. Thank you guys again for all the likes on the stream. I really am thankful for that. Yo, what's up, Kevo? My bad, dude. I was just reading all your stuff on Discord. I was trying to catch up to everybody. Because I went from posting a lot to reading a lot, posting a lot, reading a lot. And I've been non-stop yapping. The yapping does not stop. And yeah, I know you were busy during my last week's streams, so that sucked. And then I didn't stream the second half of the week. Well, that's not true, actually. I did do 3. It's good, busy for sure, just chaotic at times, miss trading regularly. Honestly, it's probably good to, like, just kind of be, like, messing up your schedule here and there. And then, like, kind of getting back into it later on. Just to kind of switch the flow up. Yeah, welcome, guys. I'm always happy to see any of the BB gang in here. And make sure, guys, too, I'll pull it up on the stream one more time. But make sure you guys turn this on. Kevo has it. I got it. Matty Clams, he hasn't been here, so it's okay. He'll get it here in a second. But there's like this little, like, I keep calling it the clan tag, like we're playing Call of Duty or something. But the server tag is pretty cool. The lightning bolt was the only cool symbol, so don't ask to change it. Literally every other symbol was like, I won't even lie, they were kind of mid. The lightning bolt was the only one that looked cool. Yeah, we can like gang up and stuff. Do criminal activities with those server tags. Just kidding. We're not doing anything like that, YouTube. We're completely nice people. And oh my god, I just realized this. Kevo. I'd pull this up on stream, but then I'd show everything 100 times. Kevo just gifted 5. Let's see. Did they actually go to good people, too? This is honestly the true test of everything. Yuko. Eric. Okay, it went to Eric. We like Eric. We like Alst. We like SK. Okay, dude. Honestly, that went to a lot of good people. Oh, and Gold Creation. I didn't read that one. He said, shout out SPX. Shout out SPX on the low. Bro, you know life is living good if you're shouting out SPX. He said, study up. No, that's pretty awesome, dude. I guess I could do the little thing because I haven't done it in forever. Shout out to Kevo. I get to do this again. If you guys go, anybody who just got that recent membership, or anybody who already has the membership, if you click membership here, it'll take you to a bunch of different things. I'm not going to scroll any farther, because if I do, it would, yeah, show all the links and stuff. But there's a bunch of stuff in here. Wow, I didn't even know this was a thing. This is kind of cool looking. 100+ member-only videos. It's like crazy it even has these little buttons. Ooh, loyalty badges. Ooh. Custom emojis. But really the big important thing is the videos. Like Kevo said, study up. There's honestly a ton of stuff in here. There's things I even forget about in here. But yeah, check that out if you haven't already. By the way, we did hit 6,500 subs. I don't even know when we did that, but we randomly hit 6,500. So thank you guys for that as well. That did happen some point last week. I don't remember when, but it did. But just not like I have any goals for this channel. That we've already kind of achieved what I wanted. Everybody's always wanting more subs and more viewers, man. I don't. I like this like small knit stuff. It's perfect. Because then communication is communication. It's not call outs. Whereas like in groups where there's like 1,000 people talking at once, every time someone types, it might as well just be a call out. Because nobody's able to actually take context of what anybody's saying or doing. It's just way too much. More information is not always good. But dude, thank you, Kevo. Seriously, thank you. Above all, thank you. And I hope anybody who got that access or anything takes advantage of it. It's not just Kevo gifting 5. It's literally 5 people having access now. So good call, good stuff, dude. Thank you again, Kevo. That was huge of you. And I hope for continued success on your SPX scalps, boss. Just keep doing you. Don't be greedy like we've always been preaching. Just kind of stick to the conditional formats, you know, if this then that. Like don't make it crazy, you know. Keep it simple like you already have been, and just keep doing it. I would say that's the hardest part, is maintaining. Right, what you're doing right now is probably the hardest part, because it's trying your best not to go crazy with it. It's trying your best not to get fancy with it. It's trying your best not to, you know, change the flow. There's no reason to, you know. It's probably the hardest part. I tell literally every person this. Anybody can start trading. Anybody can click a button to enter a trade, but to continue doing it over and over again, that's a true battle of fatigue. But thank you, seriously. I appreciate you. We'll support whenever I can, just like you supported me. Hey, no problem, man. I'm just glad to have everybody in here, man. Everybody's vibing. Getting in the rhythm beginning of the year was just a success for you. Was a huge success for you. Sorry, let me make sure to include the huge. That's good though. I've also liked your pacing though. I mean, we all hear how much I say this stuff, and I know it's not the most entertaining topic. It's not fun to talk about, but I don't care. Pacing yourself is so important. Like, you don't have to trade every day. You don't have to be here 5 days a week. You don't need to be looking to take a trade every day. You know, maybe you check the market, that's fine, but not actively looking to be like, all right, let's put some risk on here. Just kind of understanding that if you space out your trades, you will create better opportunities for yourself because you're not as pressured. You know, it's like there's less on your shoulders. And maybe it just clears up your head. I feel like that also helps too. Maybe it's a timing thing. Maybe it just creates better timings. Like, who knows? So past 2 months been chilling. That's great. See, that's what I like to hear. That's true power in my opinion. It's not the power of I can enter a trade any second. Like, oh, whoop-de-doo, dude. You have the power literally anybody has. Good job. But it's the opposite. It's like, you know what? I'll just create my opportunity when I see fit. I'm not going to sit here and stress over doing this every 5 seconds, because you shouldn't be. And I think that's true power when it comes to trading. Being able to create your decisions, not being forced to create decisions. There's a huge difference in that. And because I'm a huge believer in the timings that it creates, I really do believe if you just like... I mean, I've seen it literally work. I've seen Jason do it. I've seen Leland do it. Like, there's so many traders in chat who've already proven it, but just like, let's say one day you kill it, you take a trade. Should you try to take another one? Should you be looking to trade tomorrow? Like, it's all off feeling. But in most cases, no, you shouldn't be. If you see something, cool. If you don't, also cool, you know, but you're not actively looking to create that pressure on yourself. It's just the best power. But I also feel like you have to think that way for when you're in the hardest part of trading, which is what we just said, the maintaining aspect, you know, kind of not just showing up here and there, but doing this every week, every other month, every year. You know, it's hard to be here every time. It's hard to be at your full capacity every time. I do see Tesla gave up a little bit of strength. I do see that. I do see Apple giving up a little bit. Fair enough. Microsoft flipped. Nvidia producing a green candle, but only after it dropped to the next level. Amazon struggling with 219.50 still. Meta is still falling, guys. So that struggle bus did show up finally. Brook B, what are you doing, dude? Avgo, whoa. One of your semi-stocks moving down. So yeah, a little bit of... Excuse me, I only slept like 4 hours. A little bit of weakness has shown up in some of our top weights of the SPY, so pretty important. And dude, I've been yapping non-stop and it's already near 10. That is awesome. We're getting back to peak form, I'm telling you. Always good to have a little refresh. I was just buying shares, long-term gold. See, dude, that's the wave. And shout out to all my bull investors. BULL. Up another 2.3% today. What's for lunch, Yapper? That is an excellent question, but I think I might have already answered it. I think I want Chick-fil-A today. Gun to my head, Chick-fil-A. No gun to my head, I have time to think. Because I won't lie, tacos sound really good too. I also have some Mexican spaghetti in the fridge if anybody knows what that is. Shout out to my Italian Mexicans. Dude, tacos sound so good, right? It's not even Tuesday yet. Or is it? It is Tuesday, by the way. That was a joke. Yo, we have 4th of July this weekend. Does anybody have any cool 4th of July plans? I actually meant to ask this yesterday and I forgot to. I think I was just excited to see everybody. You got your big old burrito waiting? Where'd you get it from? I'm assuming Chipotle. Cava on the way up. Oh yeah, CAVA, good looks. It's another banger ticker. We going to Vegas? Are you actually going to Vegas for 4th of July? 4th of July weekend? That's pretty cool. I've never thought about that, but I bet Vegas could get pretty lit on a 4th of July weekend. Matty Clams to Matty Ice. WTF, did you ever come to Tampa Bay in May? We were supposed to make a Millie playing Baccarat. I feel like I never said that word right. Honestly, Matty Ice probably couldn't even tell you what month it is, dude. He's been, like, grinding. Bakugan? Yeah, I think that's how it's said, too. I could say that word right. Oh, yeah, the big sphere is just... Oh, I didn't even think about this. Dude, I always forget about that stupid thing. That is, like, the coolest thing right now. The UFC event I saw at it was crazy. I wasn't at it, but I mean, like, watching it on, like, the big thing. And then, honestly, like, seeing, like, random events around Las Vegas happen, and then they'll just show that, and, like, the, like, you know, like, the outskirts of the city, or whatever. Like, it's kind of cool when they show the city, and they show that, and it's, like, some crazy images all over it. I swear one time they were showing it, it was, like, 2 dudes who, like, rented it out to play Madden or Fortnite or something. And you could literally see it being played on. I was like, what the heck? What kind of graphics is that? What's the FPS he's getting? Oh, no, I didn't mean to do that. I was just moving these over because when the chart starts moving to the right, it kind of messes up all my arrows. That's why I really don't like doing them, because it, like... Yes, as of the moment of the open, this was the idea. But, like, what's the idea now, you know? That kind of switches up, because now you could... Now you could cheat and be like, well, under today's open, we're looking good, right? And I couldn't argue that. That's why I don't like to do the arrows a whole lot, because it kind of is like good for, well, these are the plans from open, but what about when we get later into the day? So just be careful with that too. And if you guys have any questions, just ask. So I never have seen Interstellar, but they played in the Sphere, so it'll be my first experience. No fucking way. The first time this man is getting to see Interstellar, you're getting to see it in the Sphere. That might be the coolest way to see it for your first time. I'm a little jealous, I'm not gonna lie. Like, this might be one of the few movies where it actually is probably going to do better in the sphere. Damn, that's actually crazy to think about. I just thought of, like, so many scenes that you're going to get to see on that big-ass thing. That is actually so lit. What do those tickets cost to see a movie on the sphere? Love Vegas? Dude, that is a crazy thing that he's going to get to do. If he would have said, like, most other movies, I would have been like, yeah, that's a little underwhelming. But bro is literally getting to see one of the craziest movies that you could see on that kind of screen. It'd be like watching Oppenheimer. Like Oppenheimer is like kind of a slow film, but on that kind of screen, oh my god. That would be absolutely mental. What a crazy way to see that for your first time. Like, I could have sat here and torched you on the fact you haven't seen it yet. But the fact that that is the way you're getting to see it for your first time, that almost like eliminates how long you haven't seen Interstellar. They're somewhat affordable, like $160 a ticket. Okay, I don't know why I was thinking way higher than that. That's actually, yeah, that's still crazy, but I mean, come on, it's the Sphere. Like, they gotta get their money. Where else are you gonna go see something like that? Like, literally, that's the argument they can make. Go to the other Sphere. I don't know why I made them sound Russian. Or like Eastern European. I've seen the memes. That's crazy. Like, I'll be honest, when they were doing the, like, that first UFC event in it, they had, like, short films in between the fights that they'd show, and it looked crazy. And I wasn't even there. I was watching this on a stream, and it looked crazy. I remember it like it just happened. Like, that's how good it looked. Now, you're probably going to have a crazy good time. You should try to get off, like, 1 or 2 pictures during, like... I can't even spoil the scene for you because you haven't seen it. Okay, near the end of the movie, I need you to get a picture of something. I think you'll know what I mean when you see it. 16K resolution is nuts. I saw clips of Eniyama and the Sphere, and God, I want to go there. Dude, it's crazy looking. Some people would say pointless invention. I would say one of the coolest. They said TV's ruining kids these days, so they made a whole stadium out of a TV. But better. No, I'm actually jealous. That's pretty badass. That might shit on everybody else's 4th of July weekend. All of our other weekends are now second place. Unless one of you are doing something crazy. I could see Tobias topping it if he's doing something crazy. But he doesn't celebrate the 4th of July. But since you're one of us, Tobias, you kind of have to. So it's like another free drinking day for you if you wanted. 4th of July, man. And it's cool too because he's not he's from the Netherlands, so he has no connection to you know, the independence of the United States. So that's kind of cool. Yeah, you could celebrate with us. Kevo got the funds to live stream on the Sphere. Oh, that would be nuts. Live streaming on the Sphere? Man, what kind of OBS settings would you need to run that? I'd be sitting there like, can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Now that would be badass. Any other cool plans for the 4th of July weekend? Don't let lag shit on the rest of us here. Anybody else got anything cool? Or y'all just gonna watch fireworks or shoot fireworks, which is honestly kind of a vibe as well? If so, what is your favorite firework? And if it isn't the Roman candle, why is your answer wrong? BB system in Vegas? Oh god. Nah, we gotta keep it secret, man. It's funny, I've actually seen, I used to get so caught up and worked up in people copying my system. But I think that the more as time went on, the more I was like, you know what? Let them take it. They'll still get it wrong. Because I watch people that just adopt our strategies, just kind of talk about the levels, but then you ask them like more beyond that, and they have no contextual answer beyond that besides just saying, it's the level. Okay, what does it do though? What am I doing with it? And that's where I think the order of operations separates us from anybody else who uses levels. You have an actual thought process on what to do next. You know, like in sports. The ball gets hit in baseball. What do? Go get it. Where does it get thrown? Well, it depends. Where's he at? There's always a condition. You know, it's like where's the runner at? Where's he going? Where are the runners at? Is there multiple? There's always other things to think about while you're on the fly. It's the same thing with trading. With levels, at least. It's like, okay, yeah, I'm above this level, but is that bullish or bearish? I don't fucking know. Just because there's a green candle above it. What does that tell me? In this example, we're holding above previous day high on Apple on that left side chart. On this right side chart, we're still battling 2 day ago highs. Huge difference there. Use your context. I'm above today's open. What is today's open? That's a level that we're bullish or bearish, above or below. That's no matter what. So if we're above it, does that add to the bulls? Yes. If we're below it, does it add to the bears? Yes. Add other things onto that. Did we get lower highs after that? Did we get a bearish candlestick after that? What else happened? You know, don't just use one thing. Use multiple. And use your levels that are in front of you. I really like this dip and potential bounce on Apple and SPY. It's kind of funny. We're looking at two of the more ideal setups for what's happening right now regarding that potential bounce. But this is their kind of last chance area. I'd say if Apple descends under 217, y'all wish, 207.39 in today's open, that's probably falling down into previous day close in 203s. If not, we're bouncing. We're probably going to see today's high, maybe even 211s. SPY, same exact story, different numbers. We're going to be looking under 616 for a potential breakdown. We've already seen a test of today's open. They've held it so far. Any bounce off of this can lead to today's highs, which is around 618s. If we can get above 618s, we can maybe make it to the 620 range. But we are in a very big, what I would call a deciding factor part of the chart. These levels that we're looking at, make or break direction right now. And potentially for the rest of the day. Strobe rocket is the rest. What do you, or is the best? What do you mean? I like snakes and sparklers. That would honestly be wild. The only reason I said Roman candles is because if you get them, you can shoot them at each other. I would never throw a firecracker at someone. That would be evil. Especially those little M80s. Oh my god. Wait, snakes? Wait, strobe rocket is the best. Hold on, I actually gotta look up these now. Y'all are making me want fireworks now. How dare you? Oh, these. Yeah, not gonna lie, strobe rockets are pretty cool. Okay, you get a pass. And then what did Mansion say here? Snakes and sparklers. What are snakes? What do you mean by snakes? I know what sparklers are. Oh, these things. Okay, yeah, those are pretty trippy. I like the loud boom ones. Yeah, M80s are pretty crazy. Honestly, there's a lot of crazy loud boom ones. It's literally a Predator missile from COD. Yeah, as soon as I looked at it, I was like, oh, okay. I think I'm picking up where he's putting down. Target just triggered my price alert. Oh, did it now? TGT on the daily? Or what are we looking at here? It's from Joe Dirt. Oh. I was looking because I looked up Snake's Fireworks and then I saw the thing and I was like, oh, maybe this is what he means. But yeah, it is from Joe Dirt. You'll have to be looking up all kinds of fireworks just now. Husker dos, Husker don'ts. Oh, Husker do's, Husker don'ts. Hold up, what? I have to look him up because I'm like, yeah, I've probably seen him, but... Oh, you're doing Joe Dirt as well. I'm just fucking not as cool as you two. Snakes are horrible. If you stain my driveway with one, I'm throwing feet, not hands. Okay, fair enough. That is actually good reasoning, though. That wasn't just random chaos. He had reasoning behind it. No, you're good. You're good, Alexis. I figured that's what you meant. Because what? Who the hell is going to be like, yo, guys, who's watching Target on the 5-minute? I'm trying to scalp this bad boy. I figured you were on the bigger. Oh, God. We put Mike in too much nostalgia. Yo, fuck Interstellar. Are we watching Joe Dirt on the Sphere? God. Joe Dirt on the Sphere. Did not have that on my bingo card. UPS hit 104. All right, hold up, boys. We got to start checking the bangers here. So he said Target. Honestly, that's beautiful. I love it. Let's check Nike. And let's save the last bit of steak for last. Let's save it. Let's save it. Let's savor it. UPS. All three of our boring ass charts that are gonna end up being bangers. Honestly, two of them already kind of doing it. See if they get more. UPS looking like it wants to be a successful third. And let's continue for success on these three charts because genuinely, Target, Nike, UPS, all boring names, all super sound, should be safer. I say safer with some fat air quotes. Names to look at for long-term plays. So if anybody in here is not just looking at options, these are three charts. A good mention by Alexis, good mention by Mike. Mike especially, you've been really hammering a lot of these names home for a long ass time. And I'm kind of glad I just kind of like jumped on the Mike bandwagon and I just started doing the same thing. I'm like holding up two hands with weight. Think for myself. Follow Mike, make money. Think for myself. Follow Mike, make money. You've never seen Interstellar? You know what? You guys are safe with me. I'm not going to get on to anybody for Interstellar. I think Ace was another person that hadn't seen it either. I think he's seen it since then, though. I can't remember. But yeah, there was a point in chat where like 3 or 4 of you hadn't seen it. It kind of blew my mind. But I think my mind's already been blown, so it can't be re-blown, you know? I will say this, though. I am shocked people haven't seen it still. And I'm not even jerking it. Like, I'm not one of those people, but like, it's one of those movies, dude. Like, you might only need to watch it once. I'm not going to sit here and be like, yeah, man, go watch it 100 times and then tell me what you think about this scene. I bet if I told people that in Interstellar, Matthew McConaughey goes, all right, I bet they would go watch it. They'd be like, no way, he does it in that movie too? Just to trick them. You've never seen Inception? Okay, that's crazy. I'm just going to defend Interstellar, though. I don't need to be battling the whole movie front here. Not seeing Inception's pretty wild, though. There's two reasons. So, one, the guy who made the movie, I mean, just genius. Two, the music in the movie is from one of the only two music geniuses left alive. One of them is the Star Wars guy, and then the other is the guy that made the music in Inception. There's literally two people who are in the GOAT status of music making for like that genre of stuff. You've never seen a movie? See, now that would be a crazy claim. I think if someone would said that, I'd be like, bro, where have you been? What coma did you just wake up from? What planet are you from? I'd be impressed. I'd be impressed. Yo, speaking of movies, if you had to delete every movie on the entire planet except one, what movie would it be? For some reason, you're left in this insane position where you're somehow in position of all films, and only one can be left because you saved it. What movie is being saved for all of humanity for the rest of time? Rush Hour? Okay, fair enough. Titanic? Oh, you hate that movie. Highlander? Still over here watching silent films? He's like, you guys have color and sound? What a joke. Get in touch with the reality, dude. Fuck. You've never lived life until you've seen a movie in just black and white with no sound. You've never had it tough. Honestly, that's a tough question. I don't even know what movie I would say. How do you look up this Highlander movie? Oh, this movie. Okay, that was a pretty based choice. Whoever said that. Mansion and Benzes. Rush Hour was pretty based as well. Yeah, there can be only one. Exactly. He had a mission, man, and he completed it. I asked the question. I don't even know if I would have an answer to that. I think I'd be the first person in the gun to the head scenario that would lose. Honestly, either Grandma's Boy or Idiocracy. I was going to go for a serious movie, and then I was like, nah, man, you got to get some laughs in your movie, or it's just not worth. Yeah, Idiocracy or Grandma's Boy. Probably one of those two. Idiocracy would be a little insane, because you could just make the rest of the world go insane watching that. Make it chaotic, yeah. I genuinely said that without reading chat, too. So I genuinely was saying that without seeing that you said it. Or... Nah, I was going to say it'd be cool to make everybody watch Shooter McGavin the rest of their lives, but never mind. Yeah, jackass. Happy Gilmore 2 coming out this month. I know, dude. I feel like it... I know we've seen so many of these movies have like resurgences, or there's been like a random sequel that we didn't think it needed, or a remake. I actually think we can entrust Adam Sandler with this. I actually do. Is it something I think we needed? No. Is it something I'll accept? 100%. The foot fist way? Oh my god. Why is this is like one of those movies that I haven't actually seen, but I've definitely seen clips of. As soon as I saw this picture of Danny McBride, I have definitely seen scenes from this movie. An inept taekwondo instructor struggles with marital troubles and an unhealthy obsession with fellow taekwondo enthusiast Chuck the Truck Wallace. Okay, I think I just found my new answer. You can't go wrong with Danny. You just can't. What's the show called? Eastbound and something? I don't even remember. Whatever that show is so hilarious. Anything that has Danny McBride in it, honestly. He's so stupid, but he's funny. Like the way he holds himself when he goes through things. I don't need to be on the Apple Daily. We can go back to the small time frame. My bad. I don't know why I left it like that. I'm sorry. I yawned. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And down. There you go. I was literally right there. I almost said it. I was like eastbound, and I almost wanted to be like eastbound and around. And I was like, that doesn't sound right. So I stopped myself. Eastbound and down. There you go. And then that church show is pretty funny. With him and the family. I'm pretty sure there's more of that I need to watch and catch up on, but that show's pretty funny too. Danny McBride's just funny. That was, yeah, I was gonna say, that was what you were talking about when I was looking at that clip. I was like, damn, this is like prime. Prime McBride. He made that movie in film school? Wow. That's even more mind-blowing. Some of those dudes are just gifted. Oh yeah, This Is the End is amazing. Oh my god, I need to rewatch that. No, that movie's literally peak. I forgot the beginning, bro. There's like an actor that like dies. Michael Cera was one of them that was like, just his character was just too funny. But there was like a couple people that like died super early in the beginning. And they were like, "What the hell?" I think Kevin Hart was one of them. I can't even remember all who it was. And then you had Channing Tatum at the pretty much the whole movie was pretty wild. No, and This Is the End is peak. You actually just broke my brain for a second. I need to actually rewatch that. You just brought happiness into my life again. No, that movie's awesome. No, I like kind of dark movies like that. Like I really don't care. Like it's not gonna hurt my feelings. I'm seeking the chaos, if anything. There's no shield in front of me. Thank you guys again for all the likes and all the stuff on the stream. Hitting almost 90 people in here at one point earlier was pretty cool. Not at like all at once. I meant all together. And then Kevo with the 5 gifted memberships. That's honestly such a huge dub. Seeing Matty Clam show up and put his thing there where it showed 25 months. That's honestly crazy. Because, I mean, I think we can all appreciate 25 months. That's a long-ass time. And that's just the YouTube side of things. Like, when I see that from y'all, I'm like, holy shit. Because if you think about it, if you've been here from the beginning, YouTube is still the newer side of this whole community. So if you've been here for like 2.5 years on the YouTube, that's insane. Because that means most of you who are like that have probably been here for at least 1.5 years longer than that. We have a lot of people in here who have been here for just years. The movie Happiness is a Trip. Why does that sound familiar? Is that how it's spelled? Just straight up happiness? From 1998? Yeah, it's really like... I was gonna say, yeah, it's definitely not. I always know for most of you that it's definitely not the case. There is the breakdown of 616 happening while I've been yapping about movies and all that good stuff in between. But don't mind me, I'm just trying to keep my sanity. Well, what's left of it. Oh, that's all you had to tell me, Mike. You literally could have just started with that. I think you would have sold me. Dude, have you seen his son? His son acted in the one movie. I'd have to go find it. I'm gonna go do it now, actually. That's another movie I need to re-see. I'm not joking. That might be like a top 10 movie for me. Cooper, that's his name. I would never have remembered that. Licorice Pizza. Yeah, if you haven't seen Licorice Pizza, you haven't lived. You haven't taken the crust out of your eyes yet. No, I'm not. No. I mean, the food probably is horrible, but the movie itself, you should 100% watch it. It's Philip Seymour Hoffman's son. I can't remember if it was before or after he died, though. It might have been right before. Or right after. I really can't remember. But no, banger. You gotta remember too, I'm normally watching like action and war movies, and I'm saying that movie is a banger. Take my advice, don't take my advice. You should watch it. Still under the 616 on Spy. Of course, no fear for Apple yet. They're still above 207.40s. I am curious though. What are the other weights doing? Microsoft, Nvidia kept falling. Amazon kept falling. Meta kept falling. Honestly, best piece of advice I think I gave today in the stream, I don't even know if I'd call it advice, or just a good update, was checking your weights, going through them, because genuinely these have been pretty helpful. I could literally tell you exactly how many weights were going up and down during most of this. And it does make sense. It's not like any of it was like 100% pure chaos and just open-ended, you know? It genuinely makes sense. Now it does suck because for like stocks like Apple, because they were set up for a potential insane day. And I'm not saying they still can't. They still could go up even with the rest of the market not. But it's just kind of cool to look through and actually see it work correctly. Because again, I'm genuinely serious. You just go through your top weights, you'll have a pretty general idea of where the market's trying to go. You definitely won't have a perfect idea every time, but it gives you better probabilities, in my opinion. And that's on top of what you're already looking at with your other chart. Maybe you're looking at the daily, maybe you're looking at a weight, maybe you're looking at spot, you know, whatever the case is, like, it just helps you because you're probably already looking at something similar to it. And it's just good to know what weights are up and stuff and what part of the market's going up and down so you can best take advantage of it. Like out the gate, I think we saw semis weren't going to be the hot play today for upside. But they made some good moves to the downside, Nvidia especially. 4% down right now. Zero, zero, zero. Whoa, this guy looks intense. I don't think I've seen this. It looks so familiar though, like the main guy in this cover here and then that actor. There's no way I haven't seen this. 8.1 out of 10 on IMDb? What? I don't think I've seen this, and it's that highly rated. I'm gonna... Oh, it's a show. That's why I haven't seen it. I was like, this is a movie? I'll have to check that out. Yo, good looks Mike. Yo, thank you guys. Thank you. Now, I always appreciate the show or movie recommendations. I hate those people that are like, they're like, here's something you should watch, and then you give them something, they're like, oh, I would never watch that. Like, it's like, okay, dude. It's not like that. It's not that deep. Just watch it. IWM and RSP are up and to the right. Some bullish rectangles, per se. How was the stream so far, though? We've been going for about 2 hours. Pretty good amount of updates. Been trying my best to go to the weights, too, because it's just... I feel like it's the most organic way to intake all of this without it being too overwhelming. Alright, I'm back, guys. Sorry. My puppy's here now. Come here. What is up, though, guys? What is up? We were down under 616. I come back, and we're back above it. What happened? Who did y'all piss off? No, genuinely, I need answers. Who pissed off who? Let's see. Is there any big news that came out? I'm gonna go look. My mic's on, right? I just turned it back on. I'm not seeing anything. Oh, it's probably Trump. He did just talk about the tax bill. I really need to review this tax bill. Is anybody ready yet? Or what's on it? It's 940 pages long. That's a small read, right? Including new money. Wait, hold up. Collection of tax breaks, spending cuts, and other Republican priorities, including new money for national defense and deportations. Now it's up to Congress to decide whether President Donald Trump's signature domestic policy package will become law. Trump told Republicans who hold majority power in the House and Senate to skip their holiday vacations and deliver the bill by the 4th of July. Democrats are united against it. Here's the latest on what's in the bill. There could be changes as lawmakers negotiate, as there is a few things to negotiate on. The bill is crucial because there would be a massive tax increase after December when tax breaks from Trump's first term expire. The legislation contains roughly $3.8 trillion in tax cuts. Existing tax rates and brackets would become permanent under the bill. It temporarily would add new tax breaks that Trump campaigned on. No tax on tips, overtime pay, or some automotive loans, along with a bigger $6K deduction in the Senate draft for older adults who earn no more than $75K a year. It would boost the $2K child tax credit to $2,200 under the Senate proposal. At lower income levels would not see the full amount. A cap on state and local deductions called SALT would quadruple to $40,000 for 5 years. It's a provision important to New York and other high tax states through the House wanted in the last 10 years. The wealthiest households would see a $12,000 increase for the legislation, which would cost the poorest people $1,600 a year. According to the nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office analysis of the House's version, middle-income taxpayers would see a break of $500 to $1,500. Money for deportations, a border wall, and the Golden Dome. Billions for shipbuilding, munition systems, quality of life measures for servicemen and women, Golden Dome missile defense system, and the Defense Department would have $1 billion for border security. How to pay for it? Cuts to Medicaid and other programs. To help partly offset the lost tax revenue and new spending, Republicans aim to cut back some long-running government programs, Medicaid, food stamps, green energy incentives, and others. It's essentially unraveling the accomplishments of the past two Democratic presidents, Biden and Barack Obama. Republicans argue that they are trying to right-size the safety net programs for the population they were initially designed. How does this affect people who are already on Medicaid and are like super old? Oh, there's a link right here for that. How cutting Medicaid could upend long-term care for many older Americans. Not that I have it or care, I'm just curious. Altogether, keeping the existing tax breaks and adding the new ones is expected to cost $3.8 trillion over the decade. The CBO says in its analysis of the House bill and announced the Senate draft is pending. The CBO estimates the House passed package would add $2.4 trillion to the nation's deficits over the decade. Or not, depending on how one does the math. Gotta love how that's said. Or not, depending on how one does the math. Senate Republicans are opposing a unique strategy of not counting the existing tax breaks as a new cost because those breaks are already current policy. Senators say the Senate Budget Committee chairman... Oh, we're really fucking moving the bar right now. Democrats and others say this is magic math that obscures the true cost of the GOP tax breaks. The Committee for a Responsible Federal Budget puts the Senate tally at $4.2 trillion over the next decade. So we don't even know how much it's going to cost. Somebody's saying nothing. The other number says $3.5 trillion. There it says $4.2 trillion. Those are three completely different numbers. Oh, man, you got to love politics. I was trying to read just the facts, but I just kept reading because that was a lot. Yeah, spending is what I'm hearing. That's, like, it doesn't even matter what number to me. That's just crazy. Just hearing the T word in itself is also crazy. Hearing trillion is just, It's also not a good sign considering the falling out Elon and Trump had after the whole Doge thing. It's like, come on, man. And now the green incentives just to pile on more. The lack of, there will be. They said the Medicaid cuts were for able working age people, basically to stay on need to get a job or volunteer. Who knows what the bill really says. SALT deduction seems weird for Republicans as it helps states with high tax. Yeah, that's what it was saying. That's what that said too. It said the high tax states or high tax states. Bro, imagine how much Chick-fil-A. I know, dude. Everyone's like talking about trillions in Medicaid. I'm like, bro, how many Chick-fil-A spicy sandwiches could I get with that, though? Like, on God. How many homeless people can I feed that week? Just think about that for a second. Chick-fil-A was open on every Sunday. How much of the world's violence would truly just go away? Ponder on that. Let that sink in. Could Chick-fil-A save the world from despair? Rhetorical question. Of course they could. That's literally, yes, world peace. That's meta world peace on a plate. Wrapped up. The tax cuts from Trump's first term are set to expire, so Republican math is based on last year's budget. Democrat math is based on if the tax cut expires. Okay. So that's where I'm getting that magic math term. I actually really like that article, too. I don't know who that article that was I just clicked on, but it was not, like, too Democrat-leaning or Republican-leaning. Like, they were kind of, like, just pointing out what's happening on both ends. That was a really cool article I just read. At first, I was like, oh, is this Democrat or Republican-leaning? And then I kept reading it, and I was like, okay, they're kind of just pointing out everything, which is really what I wanted, because I don't know. That's what I wanted. That makes more sense, though, because, yeah, it looked like they were moving the bar, and then it was like, wait a minute, what is this magic math term? We're in the big 2025, and we have politicians making $500,000 a year using the term magic math. I say $500,000. Some of them make way more than that. Chick-fil-A Sundays would save the world. Dude, I'm just glad I'm not the only person automatically thinks this. Dr. J said not on Sundays. Never had Chick-fil-A yet? Damn, you haven't had Chick-fil-A yet? I keep saying chicken fillet because of the way you typed it. Chick-fil-A yet? God, that messed with me up. That really messed with me. My brain had an aneurysm for a second. Do they not have it where you're from, Alexis? I'm assuming? Or where you're at? Aren't you in like Pennsylvania or Massachusetts or... I swear he's on the right. I always mix y'all up though, to be fair. I don't know. I'm from the South, man. I'm gonna put Chick-fil-A up on a podium till the day I die, probably. Your wife likes Chick-fil-A a lot too? Man, you married a good one. You think it's overrated? I will accept that opinion. But only because of how cult-like people like me sound when we glaze it. I won't lie. I will back up on it, though. Some people genuinely just, like, tell you straight up, no, it's the best thing in the world. Like, I mean, I'll tell you that, too, but I won't die on that hill. I'll take a shot or a wound up on that hill, but I don't think I'll die on that hill. We're talking about fast food at the end of the day. But to be fair, Chick-fil-A is up there, dude. Like, when you think of fast food, oh my god, dude. Chick-fil-A has to be up there. If not Chick-fil-A, then what? And I'm genuinely asking that because I'm trying to think, too. If it wasn't Chick-fil-A, who would it be? I could see people saying, like, Five Guys or... What's the other one? What do the people in California eat that's now here as well? Dave's Chicken. I have actually heard Dave's Chicken is like is literally top tier. I've heard nothing but gold tier comments about that. I've never heard anybody say anything bad about Dave's hot chicken or Dave's Chicken. In-N-Out. There you go. Yeah, In-N-Out. I could see people saying In-N-Out as well. You have one down the street. Same. I don't eat it a lot, though. It's surprising. It's like a treat I save for myself. Yes, they have it in... See, I knew I was right. MA. I just haven't stopped yet. Aw, you're the devil. Is what Chick-fil-A employees would say. And then they would say... No, actually, I'm going to stop there. You should get Chick-fil-A, though, Alexis. One time in your life. But I promise you, after you have it that one time in your life, there's going to be a second, and then a third, and then a fourth, and then a fifth, and then a sixth, and then bam, you're addicted. Dude, I think my foot has fallen asleep for a third time today. What am I doing? I'll post it when for sure. Please do. I don't even push people to be like, yo, get this. Like, dude, if you don't like spicy, just get the normal sandwich. If you like spicy, get the spicy sandwich. And honestly, if you want to go crazy, get the spicy sandwich, no pickles. Put on some cheese, bacon. That's it. I mean, you could do your own cheese, but I think Jack's what I do. IWM trading like it's a half day. I feel like I could already picture the chart just based off of what you just said. That feels like a very good description. Yep. Getting its move out of the way. It's like, all right, we're done. That's funny. Good update, Zara. You love spicy? Good. Yeah, no, the spicy's pretty fire. If you want to go crazy, do the spicy with the cheese on it and then bacon. But if not, just get the normal spicy sandwich. And maybe get like a small count nugget and some Chick-fil-A sauce, or fuck Chick-fil-A sauce, get the honey roasted barbecue sauce. Thank me later. Either or is fine though. RSP as well, the equal weighted spy. I've been seeing you call this out. What is this again? You keep saying it's like the equal spy weight, but what is the difference between it? Is it just less volatile? I don't know. I shit you not. This is what the answer on Spy is. Or on Google. What is the difference between RSP and SPY? I might have to repeat this twice because it's kind of funny. RSP targets investing in U.S. equities, while SPY targets investing in U.S. equities. That's the same fucking sentence twice. That is the literal same sentence twice. Both RSP and SPY are considered high-volume assets. They're less likely to be affected by issues like slippage and failed orders on Composer than low-volume asset. No shit. I'm looking for differences here, not the most obvious sentences in the world. It's SPY, but each stock has the same weight versus real SPY, where Apple makes a large... Oh. That's kind of cool. So it probably is way less volatile then as well. Dude, hold up. I might have to add this. That's kind of cool. Okay, I didn't mean to put it up that high on the list. Jesus. Put it above ARK. Okay, cool. Very good answer. I did not know that. I don't know why we have it on both charts now, but we'll change that. Can I see the weighting of it here? Will it bother? Nope. Because why would Thinkorswim have that integrated? Confirm your role to continue? I'm an individual investor. I own JP Morgan. I like how this took me to nothing. Wow, good job, Thinkorswim. Solid work. I'm convinced children are programming this. Dude, that's crazy. That actually led to nothing. Gotta love that. I'll just look it up on Google. Yeah, it says eliminate the concentration risk in the S&P 500. This is actually kind of genius. Currently, the top 10 companies of the S&P 500 make up over 30% of the index. That is true. You may not be properly diversified as a result. Total weight of the top 10 companies of the S&P. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. 2019, it was 22.7. Quarter one of this year, 35%. That's the power of the top 10. Damn, does that mean I'm about to get destroyed by people who do the RSP strats? Oh, I see. This is the actual breakdown. It's not, they're not all the perfect weight. They split them up, and each category of companies is the exact weight. That is genius. Whoever the hell thought of this needs a raise. That is actually genius. I'm impressed. Because genuinely, this is literally how it's always been. It's always been like this. It's just, and you guys always hear me say 70 to 75% of your top blank, blank, blank companies. Like this says 1 to 100 companies, 72%, but genuinely it's less than that. Your top like literal 20 weights probably equal close to that. That's crazy to me. This though is genius. Okay, well we will definitely be using that or keeping that on there. That's very cool. Oh no, they do actually have the same weight. Okay. See, that's pretty cool. $68% lower management fees than its peers and hasn't paid a capital gains distribution. Diversified market cap weighted core equity. I think this is the smartest part. Because too many times do people get into SPY and they're like, well, it's just like I own Tesla and I own this small company. And then in reality, you're really just buying just Tesla. You're not really getting any of that small company. Or Apple, I should say. That's cool. And then definitely this one. That one's pretty obvious, though. These two right here, that's a very, very cool point. Well, I learned something today. Cool. I think with SPY, the top 10 stocks like 30 to 40. Yeah, it's insane. No, it's insane. And RSP, each stock is one. Okay, that is awesome. Thank you, Elon Grok. RSP also tracks. Oh, yeah, good question by Gary. Do they have options contracts? See, Gary's head's in the right fucking spot. What did I click? Oh, okay. Okay, they do have options contracts. They doesn't look that good, though, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't even look at the open interest yet, but I'm just assuming that's not going to be looking good. Yeah. I could just tell by the spreads. That's, ugh. Okay, so no options. I don't know if I'd be doing options on that one. But I really like this a lot because this is really good thinking for your longer term investor type trades. Like when you're getting into something that's maybe not as normally exposed to like SPY, you get 100% be paying attention to this and be like in complete understanding that the market as a whole is moving up. It's not just your bigger weights or just your smaller weights. It's a whole. That's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. It's like you're getting a more clear view of what's actually happening, and then on SPY, well, I mean, you can't beat SPY intraday, I'm not gonna lie, but your macro is definitely gonna be really cool to use this now. See, that is definitely something I'm glad to have read. I'm just gonna mark all-time high and then lower high. And then, you know, for shit's sake, what is this? Alright, maybe I am gonna leave that. Alright. Well, good looks, Dr. J. Thank you for that. I didn't know that was a thing. I saw you say it like 2 or 3 times like I knew what it was, and I was like... The third time I heard it, I was like, wait, I don't know what that is. And I'm not the type of person that'll just be like, yeah, haha, play it all. No, I want to know, what the hell am I reading? Very cool, very cool. Thank you for that. And everybody else trying to help me figure out what the hell I was looking at. Yeah, more of a reference. I like that. That's a good point. It's more of a reference. I'd say it's more of a reference. But it's still nice to look at, because that's a big difference. I don't think everyone realizes how big of a difference that is. Now, I do believe it's more important that you understand the true weighting of SPY before you would look at something like this, but this is definitely something cool to think about. good exposure with less volatility as well. Like, that's still great exposure to basically everything. Oh, thank you. Okay, there we go. Okay, so it was kind of how I thought. This helps. I've always wondered that. It'll be like stocks, 99.93%. Where did that 0.07 go? Damn, did they update Yahoo Finance? Why does Yahoo Finance look so good on this page? Or maybe I just haven't checked it in forever. RSP and IWM strength showed that relatively smaller stocks were strong despite the bigger weights being weak. Ah, okay. Maybe that's another cool discrepancy we can start to look for too. Instead of just being like, well, IWM's green, guys. Maybe you could also look to RSP to double confirm just good overall balance, maybe. And then on top of that, IWM like double confirming it. That's something I've never thought about. That's cool. I'm going to definitely leave it there. I'll leave SPX to split the C between them on my watch list, but we're definitely going to keep that on there. Have to step out real quick. Got a few patients to take care of. Much love, everyone. You too, Alexis. Good luck on your... good luck on that. I don't know what I was about to say. Damn, look at that. Workshop 11 with Dr. J. I'm glad I stayed on then so I could read that, because that's kind of cool. I know I keep saying it's kind of cool, but I'm genuinely serious. Like, it's very rare I adjust my watch list like that. Or add anything or adjust it. You guys know me. I'm pretty stuck in my ways. But I don't mind getting extra information, though. That's definitely not a problem. $27 likes. You guys are the best. And we had Kevo come through with the 5. I can't forget that. Kevo came through with 5 gifted memberships after making gains on SPX. Like, bro does not skip a beat. How was the first public stream, though, in a while? We've been doing a couple member-only streams here and there. I've been posting videos here and there, charts a lot. But it's our first public stream back in a while. How was it so far? Just getting a vibe test. Let me zoom in this right side chart. That's insanely impossible to look at. I didn't even realize. But hopefully this stream was sufficient enough. Oh, I got the hiccups now. Or as Dylan would say, the hiccups. Love the public stream. I'll definitely be doing more private streams again because I just love giving back to the members. And remember, guys, if you are somebody who is a member of the stream and we do a member-only stream, this isn't just for people on Discord. This is also for you. You got to check the membership tab or the post tab. One of these two will show it. I mean, I think both of them will when I throw those up. So just be on the lookout for it. But yeah, I'll do some more public streams too. But I'm just gonna be flipping back and forth, to be honest. Because I generally do not care about the viewers. It's more or less just like the members, you know, people who are actually in here grinding, trying to get better, just kind of using this as like a community or a hub to kind of grow from. Because that's kind of the vibe in here. We don't really like, I mean, maybe we do a little bit of hand holding, but not to where we're literally relying on someone, you know. It's like, that's a little too far. But it is nice to have that place where you can just always fall back and rely on. Somewhat. Not like you'll ever fully, entirely fall back onto the group and be like, alright guys, tell me how to do this. But it is good to have that choice, that option. Because it is the worst feeling to be like alone in the market, but lost and alone. Because then it just feels like all hope is gone. There is none. But if you have that positive reinforcement like we do in our chat, it's that extra boost. It really is. Holding yourself accountable too, like anytime someone's messing up or, you know, and they're more mature in our group, they'll show it. They'll be like, hey guys, I'm doing this and I shouldn't be. And we'll literally be like, yo, stop. Stop in the name of love. But yeah. So it's just kind of nice having that, like, kind of like a buddy system, I guess, but not really. Because it's not like it's up to anybody but you to make that decision, but it is nice having that extra voice. Robert M., are you Robert Taylor? I don't think you are. But I thought I'd ask. Do we have two different Robs now? Or have we had two different Robs and I'm just completely oblivious? Damn, two Robs? World might be ending. All I could think about are the fireworks that are going to definitely go off for like 3 days straight this week. The fear that the dogs will have. Who has dogs in here and they like react to the fireworks, or they're scared of them, or they're not scared of them? Does anybody have any dogs that aren't scared of fireworks? They just like do not care. My dogs would have you think they served in World War II. The pup does fine? Huh, that's pretty awesome actually. I was gonna say my pup, she kind of reacts but kind of doesn't at the same time, so she's not like completely bad, but you could definitely tell she reacts to like the sudden pops. Golden Retriever? Oh, okay, well that's why. Your dog's smart as hell. Golden Retrievers are just like fat brain. I love Golden Retrievers. You know, now that I have a part Golden Retriever dog, I can say that. I'm one of you now. Oh, you meant mine. Oh. I totally wasn't like making a cult about people not having Golden Retrievers, dude. Like, what? Me? Psh. You want to see him? In a minute, I'll take a picture of her. I did send a picture in chat. I can maybe find that picture. But I've taken so many videos and pictures of her now. Her name is Lily. Lily. And she is literally the cutest thing in the world. I would end the world for this dog. Yeah, send me a picture of yours and I'll send another one of mine. Where is my phone, dude? I swear I look away for 2 seconds. Where is it? Bro, where? Oh, dude, nice, Carter. Tommy boy, that looks like a very chill dog. Dude, that's the coolest, like, stripe up his nose ever. That's crazy looking. It's the Hard Knock Life for my dog there. I sent you 3 pictures on the Pets channel. My dog has such a tough life, dude. She's loved and cared for and sleeps and eats. He's a menace. A menace to society. Now, to be fair, mine's not full-on golden retriever, though, like yours. Or maybe yours isn't. I do remember one of you told me y'all had, like, a golden retriever that was part something else. Mine's technically a golden doodle, a mini golden doodle. Which I think is a crazy name, by the way. She's freaking smart, though, dude. This little puppy, she is fucking smart. Like, I never say that about the dogs I have either. Like, I'll be like, it's kind of smart, I guess. Like, it knows when to do this or that. But, like, no, this dog is genuinely smart. Yours is full golden? Oh, okay. Yeah, dude, this dog is dumb smart. It learned, like, to scratch on the door pretty quickly, like, when it needs to go, like, because we were showing it a certain way. Well, there's one more thing. Oh, there's these stairs that lead up to the couch, so it can get up to the couch without... We don't want it to, like, learn to just jump up there, because then it'll fall off on accident sometimes. At least we don't want it to. So there's these, like, stairs it can use. And it used them pretty quickly. I got him to learn it pretty quickly and to go down pretty quickly. And now the dog can carry things up into the couch and off of the couch. But yeah, very, very, very cool. I was like, whoa, what the hell? Like the smartest dog I've ever had. And this is the first, like, playful dog I've ever had. Like, every dog I've had just been kind of chill. But this one so far is actually, like, if you throw the ball, it'll bring it back to you. It's the craziest thing. You feel like you're in a cartoon. You're like, no way this is happening. You throw it and it brings it back. It's insane. As soon as it did it, I was stun locked. I was like, no way you just brought me the ball back. No way this is actually happening. It was too real. Yeah, dogs are pretty cool. Dogs are pretty cool. Yeah, rough out here. Dude, all 3 of those pictures I sent, she's just like fully out. I wish you could feel her fur. Her fur is crazy. And we had to put I had to put this bell on her because if you like if she's out of your sight for like 5 seconds, you will not find her. The bell made that a lot easier. It's the hard knock life. Ooh, I see that. Starbucks, D-Touch and Garden. I see y'all. I don't even know when I charted this last, and even I have the same look as D-Touch on my chart. Haven't charted it in forever, and that's what my chart looks like. Honestly, pretty great find by D-Touch, if I do say so myself. You know, Mike, I didn't even know that that bot worked for y'all until you or someone else did it the other day. I think it was you and Letterbuck or somebody. I didn't even know that that was working. So, I don't know how it fixed itself, but I didn't do it. And I'm glad. I'm glad it's working. Because that was the one I was trying to get to show up. It's where it uses both of the bot's functions and it deletes the indicators. But I couldn't figure out how to do it. But that's how you do it. Whatever command you're typing. The /cc thing. But I'm glad that works because those are like not obnoxiously looking charts. I think they're just taken from Webull, which is basically just taken from TradingView to begin with. At least I think that's where they scrape from. But yeah, that was pretty cool. Alright, well, this is the end of the stream. If anybody has any questions or anything they want to throw out, this is the time to ask or have a discussion about, like the end cap of the stream. We are into the second phase of the day. We have been for a little over 40 minutes now. We do have a break and retake of the 616s, which can be seen as bullish momentum until proven otherwise, really. Which is funny, because this is literally what happened yesterday. Just a lot later in the day. And yeah, feel free. I'll give it a couple minutes if you guys have any questions, or maybe you're just now thinking of something, or you want to go over something. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream, though, regardless of no further questions or anything. Hopefully Tuesday's stream was sufficient. And we broke 30 likes. Kevo gifted a membership, or 5 memberships. Sorry, not a membership, 5 memberships on the YouTube. Very, very, very cool. Very commendable. We nap. Peace, boys. You're good, man. Alright, well, I guess I'll end it there if nobody has anything. I do really appreciate you guys for being here. We had over 100 clicks. We had 30 likes on the stream. I mean, genuinely, thank you guys. I mean, we're not even really marketing or promoting ourselves. It's really just word of mouth and then just a bunch of friends hanging out. So I really do appreciate you guys showing up, being here, and really just helping each other out because it's been really fun kind of updating with each other, looking at each other's posts and stuff like that. So keep it up. Hope to see you guys in the Discord as well. And I will see you later on. Please have a great rest of your Tuesday. And yeah, really just a great week because it's a short week, but I think these are the best weeks to try to enjoy. You know, don't blow your load, don't blow your fuse. Excuse me, and don't yawn, and do not yawn. It is fucking contagious. But see you guys later. Have a great rest of your day, and I will miss you.